I'm not KT. Let's do this. I want to jump in on this and talk about something. Let's go. So on 2/9 of 13, this is one of my YouTuber journals, a friend actually messaged me and she was like, I'm working on this video project. And she wanted people to define love in one word and love in one sentence. And maybe it's changed. It's been 7 years since I did this. The word I circled for explaining love in one word was presence. Present is the adjective, presence is the noun. Sharing the same organic, unique, and authentic story with everyone around you that you love and value, and those people that love and value you. I've always had this center idea, this idea that everybody has some kind of prioritized value that they have on their list of values, like the doll set, the nested dolls. I asked this to a handful of people in my life. I've had hope, I've had perseverance, I've had fun, I've had curiosity, creativity, authenticity, these different qualities that are most prioritized. A lot of it for people is faith and hope because it's tied to God, it's tied to beliefs. The things they go to when life gets really hard and they need to rely on something to take action. So if there's like a box of love and there's a value in there, what is that value that you put in there? This has a lot to do with depth of feeling and emotion and having a sort of deep connectedness. Like I'm thinking about what Carolla said about emotional intimacy and have this sort of closeness that you've seen like the whole spectrum of a person. When are the moments in life where I've had like depth of emotion, whether it's looking at art or a certain story or music for me, or even reading a book. Like I've probably cried watching movies more, but it depends on the emotional intensity of a moment. There's a really good vloggers video about love languages that Hank made on Hank's channel. It was an answer to one of my friend Mikey's questions. But here's a bridged thing that kind of matches. I put down presence from 2013. I would also go toward appreciation and gratitude because I realize how important gratitude is to me from doing all this journaling that I've done. Well, if the currency of love, of the different love languages, is appreciation and how appreciation is felt between people, this is why this moment for me that happened to me for NerdCon Nerdfighteria makes sense. Just as people would feel more loved and appreciated in ways that they feel are significant, the love language that's being used to feel appreciated is very similar to the value that they've chosen to prioritize. Gratitude, creativity, curiosity, and authenticity. Those things are very, very high on my list of how I feel appreciated, but also how I appreciate the world, the sense of interconnectedness. That's not to say that someone has to have that quality to like love me back and to receive love. But if that person has that quality prioritized, the appreciation will feel reciprocated well because that person will value the same lens, perspective on how to live life. NerdCon Nerdfighteria was amazing. I left the hotel and I got on the bus to leave NerdCon Nerdfighteria and I was listening to music and the sun was shining and I was thinking about the event. I lost it. Cry. I wasn't crying at the event. Like I didn't cry in the moment at the event. I got sad out of happiness and joy leaving the event. And I think that's because it mattered to me. Summary of that event and what I learned and what I felt when I was there encapsulated really mattered to me because of all the work I'd done for the project and the panel we did and the people that met and the thank yous I got. I felt really appreciated because I did something that I deeply appreciated doing. It does seem really to be about depth of feeling. How people matter, how people feel that they belong, and how people feel proud and grateful for the value that they're adding to the world. I often have this focus and lens on this idea that like, what is it about living in life and about adding value to the world or art to the world? What is it about creating and serving that makes everything afterward feel like a bonus to me? What could happen that's so amazing and so proud and so grateful and so joyful that I'd be like, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't have to have anything else happen to me that's amazing. That's such an interesting lens to think about. This book is also changing my entire life. The lens this character has in this novel is very close to my lens. People want to matter. Like, people want to feel a part of things. Maybe people want to. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming I know so much when I don't know is actually a very freeing phrase as well. I want to matter. I want to feel a part of things. I know I'm valuable. I know I'm worthy of love. I want to do something with that. I want to serve. I want to create. I want to make change happen. Being seen and heard. I think that's a lot of what love's about as well, being seen and heard. I know myself the most because I've been with myself my entire life. When you have people that are able to accept you for who you are, when they have this understanding of your narrative, of your life story from start to finish, and they still enjoy the view and say you matter, they're accepting all of your mistakes, all of your faults, all of your shortcomings, all of your challenges and scars and everything. And that is like a way to really see a person and feel appreciated. The path to that understanding about a person's narrative, about their entire life story, is presence with them, is growing and changing with them. And that is the only path I think that it can be a two-way street. unless you know you have a role model and you know everything about them, but they know nothing about you. Loving, even if it's not reciprocated, is still an act of presence and understanding, and I still think that's important. I don't think we should only love when it's reciprocated. I'll share this one quote from Parable of the Sower that I've been thinking about all the time, that Lauren has in her journals. All that you touch, you change. All that you change changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. At the most fundamental level, even if it's a one-way street, although love reciprocated, appreciation reciprocated is better, I think presence is a great word and change is a great word. That ties into what I previously thought. Appreciating and accepting reality, changing with it and changing with the people, and then also prioritizing space. Because the ability to create space and grow apart if needed or stay together if needed and have grace in that, oh, hold on. I think this is love. When I read This Star Won't Go Out, I wrote this in like the margins of this page right here. Some people just change us. We all want grace to permeate our lives. Hopefully we do. Grace is being there to handle it. There's the presence part. The love is creating grace in people's lives, and then the ability to change with people, the perseverance in that, the appreciation in that, and the ability to create space to create grace if needed, that is the changing part. Love is grace, presence, and the ability to change with people and embrace and understand and appreciate their entire narrative of a person instead of conceptualizing them as something more than they are or something less than they are. My definition has definitely evolved since 2013, but honestly, that's just because I've thought on it more. This book's God is one step away from my God, or whatever I choose to worship. Change and impermanence is really important to me. The question I have for you is, how do you explain love in one word? What word encapsulates love for you? And also, what is love in a sentence? Really hard to conceptualize into a sentence, I know. I'm just curious. What do you think? Sorry to interrupt the name call-outs. KT, we'll see you on Tuesday.